So we're live on YouTube as well now. Yeah. So if you're just joining from YouTube, we're lying down, blanket on, maybe pillow under head and knee. Allowing the whole body just to rest down. And if you haven't joined us before, the class is split into 10-minute segments. You're welcome to join for the whole thing, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you like. We're going to do breath work for the first 10 minutes and our affirmations. For the second 10 minutes, we're doing our neural flossing, so getting into the nerves that got a bit stuck or tight. And then for the final 10 minutes, we always do a bit of yoga movement, whatever's really cooling us today. So sometimes it's a bit more fast moving, sometimes it's slower. So first of all, just connecting to the breath. Quite often we have a shallow and maybe fast breath without even realizing. And although I don't like to generalize, often women have very shallow breath. And this can often be because we're told to grip our cores, grip our belly, engage our cores all the time to look skinnier, appear thinner. And so we're not cultivating that full, deep diaphragmatic breath. That's what we're going to be working on today, working that full diaphragm breathing. Often if we're not breathing well, then this can cause outputs such as pain, lower back pain, can cause issues with posture. So it can lead to a complete range of things. And really, when I look at someone in a one-to-one session, we look at the breath first. So today we're going to start with our 3-part breath. And as we inhale, we're going to imagine the breath starting in the belly, feeling the belly start to expand slightly. And then as we breathe in further, we feel the rib cage expand. And then finally, we end up in the chest. It's 3 parts. Although we're doing it in 3 parts, we're trying not to keep it rigid. We're not trying to make a sound with the throat. We're trying to keep it an easy, fluid breath. So this does take some practice, so don't be too harsh on yourself. As always, find compassion and kindness for your mind and body. So when you're ready, just take a normal breath in and out. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, pause at the top. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, and release. So we're going to do this a few times, maybe build up a few rounds as well. But know that you can go at your own pace. Then it might be a little bit discomforting at first if you're not used to this. It's going to be slightly slower than normal, slightly deeper. So just notice that. You can always regress. You don't have to go to this full extent. So when you're ready for round 2, normal breath in and out. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, and release. Notice how the mind and body is feeling as we begin to sleep, slow and deepen the breath down. Perhaps you feel calmer already, or maybe there's no difference. We're going to go for one final round with 3 breaths this time. So when you're ready, normal breath in and out. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Last round. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. And release. Just notice how, again, the body is feeling, whether the stomach and belly feels soft or restricted. And while we're here, we're just going to do a little bit more breath work, but bring the hands onto the rib cage. So if you're lying down, this is great because we can feel the backs of the ribs on the ground. And I want you to visualize in your next inhale, the rib cage pressing against your hands. Exhale, the rib cage slowly drifts away from the hands, in and out through the nose. Inhale, pushes into the hands. Exhale, slowly release it. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Hands as best you can on the sides of the ribs. Inhaling ribs into the hands. Exhale, release it. Twice more. Take a breath in and out. Last round. In and out. Doing whatever you like with the hands, but now imagining the rib cage, the back of the rib cage on the inhale presses into the floor. Exhale comes away. 3 times in total. Inhale. Exhale. Perhaps this is your last round. Inhaling and exhaling. Just notice how that breath affects you. We call this our 360 breath. So when we're using the whole diaphragm, we don't want to just be focusing on the front. We also want to focus on the back body as well. And hopefully, using those 2 pieces of breath work, you might feel slightly different in your body. But remember not to feel frustrated or annoyed with yourself if you don't, because simply every time you turn up to your yoga mat or your yoga practice, you're going to feel different. So we're going to end this part of our session with our daily affirmations by John Diamond, our OG legend. So bringing the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, just gently pressing against that. I'll read the affirmations and then you repeat them either aloud, depending on how you feel, or in your mind's eye, so just repeating them in your head with integrity and confidence. I have love, faith, trust, gratitude, and courage. I am humble. I am tolerant. I am modest. I am happy. I have good fortune. I am cheerful. I reach out with love. I have faith and confidence in my future. I am secure. I am worthy of being loved. I renounce the past. I am generous. I am relaxed. I have forgiveness in my heart. I am content. I am tranquil. I am buoyed up with hope. I am light and buoyant. I am jumping with joy. I am in harmony. I am at peace. I have love, faith, trust, gratitude, and courage. My life energy is high. I am in the state of love. Taking an inhale through the nose and a sigh out through the mouth. And if you're ready, slowly pressing yourself up to a seated position of your choice. And we're going to come to the second part of our class. And this morning we're doing our neural flossing. So Rachel's going to give me a thumbs up because I can't remember what we did last week, if we did the neck or if we did hamstrings, the sciatic nerve. Is it sciatic nerve or hamstrings? We did sciatic nerve. Okay, so we'll do the neck this week. Try something different. Okay, so we're going to reach one arm out to the side, doesn't matter which arm. Roll both shoulders back and down, and palm is going to face back towards us. So you can be in any seated position of your choice, whether that's on a chair, legs out, anything that feels good. And then we're going to drop the other ear to the shoulder. So rather than same arm, same ear, it's opposite ear. Again, making sure both shoulders are back and down. We want those scapula decompressed. And then to pulse the nerve, we pulse, to floss the nerve, we pulse one joint. So maybe that's reaching the hand up and down, perhaps it's elbow, shoulder, or head. And we do this about 15 times, but we only want to go to about the 3 out of 10 sensation. As soon as we can kind of feel that sensation along the arm, maybe in the shoulder, it feels a little bit different to a stretch. That's as far as we want to go. So about 15 times, keeping the breath slow. We want to keep the face relaxed, just our body, so it feels safe and chilled out, so it can really unstick those nerves. So when we're flossing, we're basically tightening and then loosening the nerve. Once you've done about 15, we take a bend into the elbow, as if you're showing me the way to the beach, and then we're bringing palm back towards the face. Again, pulsing, so maybe it's doing this little flicking action of the wrist. Maybe it's completely straightening the arm. Maybe it's lifting shoulder up and down or head. If you've got a lot of choices, and you're welcome to try out different ones on different sides. But we keep shoulders back and down and that head leaning to one side. So it doesn't look like the most graceful or coolest movement, but it definitely works for me. So hopefully you guys can all feel it as well. And remember, you go at your own pace. So again, once you've done about 15, then we extend the arm back out. We place the palm back towards us, and we rotate the pinky finger. Again, both shoulders back and down, and now we extend the arm behind as if we're dodgy dealing some money to someone behind us. This is what I imagine dodgy people do. And then we do our pulsing. Maybe it's hand, elbow, shoulder, or head. And this can be a really great one if you feel like nerve pain, tingling, sharp pains in neck and shoulders. This might be a reason that stretching isn't working. Lovely. Again, about 15 times. That's our lucky number for nerve flossing. And we're not overdoing it. We're just trying this once or twice. And if you find it works for you, then maybe you want to give it a go or put it into your own practice. Or you can just easily do this one at your desk. So once you've done that 15 times, you just release the hand down. You keep the head where it is. Both shoulders back and down. Sorry, Rachel, we're not done yet. And then chin to chest, chicken head, my favorite. So bringing the head forward and back in space, getting into the accessory nerve. Again, 15 times. And notice what the breath is doing. Has it got quicker and shallow again, or can you bring it down back to the rib cage? And once you've done your 15, there's no rush, but we're going to now turn the head to smell the armpit. The same side, it's just now bringing nose towards armpit. A nice stretch at the back of the neck. And you can play around with the nose here, bringing it up, maybe slightly to the side, while the stretch feels really good, and then staying there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head slowly comes back to center, maybe take some shoulder rolls. Notice how the hip feels, maybe one side feels good. If it does, let's even it out. If it doesn't feel good, maybe it's time to switch off and do something else. Okay, let's extend right arm, both shoulders back and down. Always remember that, shoulders back and down for these. Bring the palms face back towards us. Bring the head to the opposite shoulder now, and we begin to pulse. Again, any joint that feels good, palm, elbow, shoulder, or head. Again, we're going for about 15. And if you're right-handed, this might even feel more intense on this side. Lovely. And if you're pulsing the hand, try and get the full range of the motion in the wrist. Perfect. And if you guys are noticing a difference on YouTube or Instagram, please comment, like, let me know. Okay, 15 times. Once you're done, we're bending into that elbow, palm faces back towards us. Again, your 15 times. I always say this is kind of like basketball. Not that I've played basketball, but I imagine this kind of like flick of the wrist. Kind of makes me feel a little bit cooler as well. Again, you're pulsing any joint, so maybe it's shoulder even, or head. And you know how many times. So I'm not going to keep repeating that. I'll let you guys get on. And once you've done yours in total 15, then we're going to extend the arm back out. We're going to pick palm, oh my gosh, palm faces back towards us, and we're rotating to the pinky edge. And then we extend the arm away behind us. Again, both shoulders back and down, dodgy dealing, 15 times. So although we're focusing on the movement, we're also bringing awareness to the breath. And again, once you've done your rounds, no rush, but we just gently release that arm down. We keep the head where it is, just for now. Sorry, Rachel, chin towards the chest, and we do our chicken head. So we come forwards in space and then back. I kind of like to imagine that I'm pressing my head against a wall or a book behind me as I bring it back. We've got that slight tuck of the chin. Lovely. And after your 15 times, we smell the armpit on that side. Again, finding that sweet spot for you. So maybe you're moving the nose up and down until you find it. And then holding for about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head comes back to center. Take a breath in and out. Some shoulder rolls. And hopefully you're feeling great. We're going to move on to a bit of yoga movements now. And today, on Fridays, we want to bring the sun out. We're doing our sun salutations. So we're going to start standing now. So you might have to move some props out of the way. Maybe strip a layer off like I am. And then we're going to start in our Tadasana. So our mountain pose at the top of the mat. Bringing big toes together. And we're going to bring heels touching as well. Imagining that you're pressing all 4 corners into the mat. Imagine you could turn your kneecaps to face out, as if you could rotate them out, beginning to activate the legs. Maybe then bring your hands towards your glutes to check. Are they engaging? Stacking shoulders over hips. Crown of the head reaches up towards the sky. And then we've got the palms facing forward. Arms are straight, fingertips spread wide. Take 3 breaths here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Final one. Taking a breath in and out. Inhale, circle the arms up, look up. Palms face out, circle them back down, stay upright. So we're going to do this 3 times in total. Inhale up, circle up. Exhale, circle them back down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's add a fold in. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, fold down. Whoa, I had a click in my back there. Inhale, halfway lift, look ahead. Exhale, fold. We're going to roll all the way back up to standing, round the back as much as you can. And then circle the arms when you come up to standing, look up. Inhale, exhale, fold back down. Perfect. Inhale, halfway lift, look ahead. Press those feet into the floor. Exhale, fold. Round the back, roll up to standing. Perfect. Shoulders and head come up last. Inhale, circle the arms, look up. Exhale, fold. All the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to step back into a tabletop. Bring hands down, knees down to the ground. Coming straight into a little cat and cow. So just adding things into our sun's out today. So inhale, drop the chest, look up, maybe tuck those toes. Exhale, round as much as you can, bringing chin towards chest, push the ground away. Following your own breath for 5 rounds in total. Lovely. Trying to use your whole spine, so not just the shoulders, we're trying to use the pelvis as well, the middle of our back. And then once you've done about 5 rounds, we're going to come back to our child's pose. Keep elbows off the floor, keeping this active. 2 breaths here. And then keep palms down, tuck the toes, slightly lift the hips. And then when you're ready, coming into a downward facing dog. Taking movements in your down dog, like pedaling through legs. Maybe dropping hips side to side. Any movements that feel good for you. And if you need to come out, please do so. Come into a tabletop and continue cat and cow. Got 2 more breaths wherever you are. And if you come down into a tabletop, coming back into your downward dog, looking towards the top of the mat, step, hop, or jump to a halfway lift, look ahead. Exhale, fold. Round, rolling all the way up to standing. Circle arms up, look up, inhale. Exhale, hands by your sides. Palms face forward, back into Ashtadasana. If you need to take a step before step, please do so. Quite different to the morning we had yesterday. But we're energizing, it's a Friday. Hopefully you've got a Friday feeling. We're getting ready for the weekend. Let's go for another round. So inhale, circle arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Perfect. Exhale, step back. We're going to step back into a high plank this time. And we're going to hold for about 3 breaths. So you want to press the heels away, find a posterior tilt. So we're kind of like tilting that tailbone towards the legs, pressing the ground away. There for 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down. We're going to come into our cow position, so tilt the tailbone now up to the thigh. Bend into the elbows, chest comes down. Inhale, slither forwards. We're coming into our baby cobra. So you could even lift your hands off the ground as your chest rises. Kneecaps are working strong so they're not on the floor. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. Let's make this into kind of a little bit of a sun salutation B. Inhale, right leg lifts up to the sky, point the toes. Exhale, use your hands maybe to get it through in between the hands. Reach the arms up, we'll come into a high lunge rather than a warrior one. So bring the hands on the hips, face the hips forward, tailbone faces down, then reach the arms back up. Lovely. Exhale, hands come down. Step back into that high plank. Option to take knees, chest, chin, or bring the knees down, taking a mini chaturanga, bending into elbows, body lowers down. Inhale, either baby cobra, or maybe a higher cobra now, pressing more into the hands, shoulders away from the ears. Elbows stay tucked in. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. One breath here. Lovely. And then lifting left leg up to the sky this time, point left toes, hips are square. And then we're going to step it through, maybe using your hands to get it there. Reach the arms up to the sky. Again, hands on hips. We want that pelvis to be strong and stable before reaching arms back up. Exhale, hands come down. Step back, high plank. So taking one of those first options, either knees, chest in, or half chaturanga. Lifting up, you're welcome to do up dog now, keeping knees off the floor this time. Exhale, downward dog, hips up to the sky. Lovely. We've got 3 breaths here, in and out through the nose. Hopefully you're feeling energized. Maybe the heart rate has increased. Mine still has. And then when you're ready, listen to the top of the mat, take an inhale. Exhale, step, hop or jump, halfway lift. Perfect. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, arms reach up, stiffen your chair behind you. Bring the hands to the hips, tailbone down, and reach them back up. Make sure you can see those toes. If not, sit further back. Reach the arms up a little bit more. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Tadasana, arms by your side. Give yourself a hug. Good job. Put the arm on top. Lovely. Bring hands to prayer. We take 1 breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bowing to one another as a sign of gratitude for each other and our yoga practice. Thank you to everyone who's joined us on YouTube.